Right. Hopefully I'll be able to read better than I was doing yesterday. Episode 3, Wild Dragon. Can guess who we're going to be meeting in this part, can't I? Because of all that trouble in Claria, I've become a wanted man, and forced to avoid the main roads and watch out for anything that might be related to Crystal Valley. It's lucky I haven't run into any pursuers on the road, but in about a week I'll have to cross a mountain trail. Worse than that, I ran out of food a few days ago. Damn. So hungry. The road's gradually getting wider. That implies this area gets a lot of traffic, meaning there must be a village nearby. Any time now. Any villager. Just now, was it my imagination, or did I sense someone nearby? The entire bar, really? Definitely my imagination. No, it's just my imagination. Anyway, moving ahead is my first priority. Right now I'm pretty much the poster boy for those sorry people who get dragged into every problem. It's making me jumpy as all. Yeah. What's this guy supposed to be? Yeah. Kia? Kia. Hey, I don't speak your language. Kia? What the heck is this creature? He's too big to be a lizard, too friendly to be some sort of monster. Is it okay if I do this? Yeah. As the little guy tried to escape, I quickly reached down a hand and caught it. Yeah. Hey, don't struggle. Yeah. Whoa. What are you doing? Who's there? Never mind who I am. What are you planning to do with Bright? Bright? You mean this guy? That's right. Bright's my dragon. I see. So this is a dragon. See, it's got horns and wings, just like a dragon should. Yeah. No, I get it. My bad. But what are you doing with a dragon? Are you a dragon knight from the Dragon Knight's domain? Well, not right now, but... Don't tell me. Did you catch Bright in order to eat him? Yeah? Wait a minute. It's a bit much to think there's any way I'd eat a dragon, don't you think? For one thing, I have no idea whether it tastes good or not. Hey, What's with that look? I jump away in alarm when I sense the presence of someone behind me. I hadn't even noticed, but a muscular man with a huge sword on his back was standing there. Let's go. Sir Humphrey, wait! The kid runs after him with the baby dragon in his arms. 2 people and an animal travelling together, huh? They make for a really strange party. Eventually I reached the village of Merid, and as I hadn't eaten anything in a really long time, I immediately rushed to the restaurant. Sir, if you keep scarfing your food down like that, you're going to get a bellyache. No need to worry. I may not look it, but I'm pretty confident in my eating ability. That's a weird thing to be confident about. I've got to go now. The girl scurried off. She seemed happy about something. Whatever. My meal's what's important right now. The rude man from earlier. The rude man from earlier. I choked at the sudden voice, starting a violent coughing fit. Turning around, it turned out the big man I'd met on the road was standing nearby. To see him not once, but twice. You're... So... I'm called Humphrey. I'm Nash. So... Hey. Was that it? To be unable to sense his movements when he's got a physique like that, he's got to be a veteran warrior, or how should I say it? He's a real elusive guy. Finally, someone who can speak. Hey, can I ask you something? Yes. Don't tell me you'd like to make another order. No, I don't want to stuff myself, so this should be enough. I was wondering, is there a trading post here? Are you a trader, mister? If I'm going to have enough cash on hand to fill my stomach, I've got to make some money, you know. Oh, in that case, go straight down the road and you'll see the sign. You can't miss it. Thanks. By the way, I'd like to ask another question. Yes? Who was that girl earlier? You mean Miss Jonah? Oh my sir, is that how it is? Oh, I didn't mean it like that. I was just curious. But you call her Miss. Is she the daughter of the innkeeper? Oh, I see. I'm very sorry I overstepped my bounds. Just now the Miss went out for a picnic. Actually, she went together with someone who claimed to be the son of some president. God damn it, Sheena. Of course, it's being kept a secret from the master. But that boy, is he really? Hey! If you've got time to dawdle, hurry up and finish cleaning up.
Yes, I'm sorry. Jeez, I was just listening to a customer's weird questions. You don't have to get mad.
Sorry, it's my fault. By the way, do you think you could get me a sandwich?
Sure, no problem. But sir, you sure eat a lot. It's as if you haven't had anything to eat for days, or drink for days. I just remembered. If you're aiming for the miss, you might want to just give up now. The innkeeper is a scary guy. If someone were to put his hands on his pride and joy, who knows what might happen.
Right, I got it. Either way, this seems like a really peaceful village. It's pretty surprising considering how close it is to Crystal Valley. That's...
You don't have to be in such a rush, Bright. Kia. Hey, you don't have to cry. If you insist. Kia. Huh?
Hey, you guys. Sorry about earlier.
I'm Futch. I'd like to apologise too. That time I was really...
I'm Nash. You thought I was going to run off with the little guy, didn't you?
Yeah, I looked away for just a moment. Suddenly he was gone. When I was searching frantically for him, I heard him crying out.
Sorry.
Kia.
Oh, you want this?
It looks like the little dragon's gaze is stuck on the sandwich I'm holding, as if he's become transfixed by it. Kia. Hey. Right.
Easy there, easy. Hey, if you eat too much, you get too big.
Kia. If he gets much larger right now, it'll be really troublesome.
Why's that?
Well, we're headed for the temple in Crystal Valley. Once there, if he gets too big, he'll attract a lot of attention.
A temple? What do you want with the one temple?
It's to figure out whether or not Bright's really a dragon. I used to live in the Dragon Knight's domain. I was an apprentice. But my dragon Black, I lost him. So according to Dragon Knight lore, I had to leave the Dragon's Den. In order to become a Dragon Knight again, I need to find and connect with a new dragon.
You can actually find dragons living around here? That's a really unappealing thought.
No, dragons aren't usually born outside of the Dragon's Den, so it's not really likely that I'll be able to go back to being a Dragon Knight. But still, there is a legend in the Dragon's Den about how dragons were originally not from this world. It is said that they came here from the world of wings and scales.
Another world? Is that really true?
Yes. And also, on very rare occasions, a female dragon might come to this world from that one in order to lay her eggs.
And the knights raise those eggs, huh?
Yes, the eggs are laid in the dragon's den. But sometimes those eggs might be laid somewhere else. And then...
In that kind of situation. Are you talking about Bright?
well, maybe. I don't know. In order to find out, I have to go to the temple.
So this tiny little thing is a mythical dragon, huh?
I'm sorry. But we won't be sure about that until we go to the temple. Sir Humphrey, what's wrong?
Fudge, here's your bag. We're going to the next village. Is something wrong? The villagers saw Bright. They're afraid of him.
I see.
Why? Weren't the people at the inn all acting friendly and welcoming? There. Thought we were leaving.
Leaving? Where exactly do they expect us to go?
Well, that's...
Kya! Suddenly, Bright looked up at the sky and started crying loudly. We all looked up too, but the sky was completely clear. Bright? Kya! Kya!
What's gotten into him?
Bright, calm down. Kya! Kya, kya, kya! Dragon. A black dragon.
What? Is it one of the Dragon Knight's dragons?
Of course not. Dragons come from the Dragon's Night domain. Don't fly without a rider. That's a wild dragon.
A wild dragon? I heard some rumours when we were on the road. For a few years now, a black dragon has been coming here every once in a while and taking livestock. And not only that.
Even as we spoke, the black dragon was steadily approaching, and as it came over the village, it swooped down immediately.
No helping it.
Are you going back to the village? Please wait. I'm going with you.
You can't. The villagers will panic.
But...
Fudge tightened his grip on his spear under Humphrey's silent admonishment. You wait here and leave the monster extermination to us, okay? Don't know how much we can do, though.
You're wrong. Dragons aren't monsters.
Fudge. Sorry. But if it's attacking the village, there's little difference between it and a monster.
Leaving Fudge and Bright behind, Humphrey and I run off together. Screams were already rising from the people in the village, and we could hear the dragon's answering roar.
black dragon had already landed in the village and proceeded to destroy the inn's barn. Most of the villagers have already fled, but a few youngsters, looking like vigilantes, are holding weapons. Damn it! If that thing comes any closer, then our inn will... Oh man, it's dangerous here. What are you doing waving that axe around? Oh, you! Yeah, you're the fella staying in our inn. Please, help me clobber this guy. Wait a minute. I'm begging you. If it works out, you can stay at the inn for free. Well, that'd be great, but... Out of the way. Humphrey unsheathed his sword and broke into a run. I guess it can't be helped. I'll lend a hand. I'm not sure how much we can do. The barn is already lost, but the stuff I left in the inn is going to get crushed. It's no match for that thing. You're not getting away! You damn dragon! With that shout, the innkeeper ran straight at the dragon. This is ridiculous. The black dragon's roar distorts the air around it. It bends its neck far back, taking in a deep breath. Is it going to breathe fire? The black dragon let out a scream of pain. Without my noticing, Humphrey had circled behind it, slicing at it with his large sword. Looks like we prevented it breathing fire for the time being. I called out to the vigilantes. Hey, you! Aside from those with bows and spears, all of you go hide somewhere. You too, old man. You're just getting in the way. Got it. I'm leaving this place to you guys. The innkeeper and the men carrying clubs, short swords and other things retreated. Archers, cover us. It's okay to be intimidated. Just make sure not to hit us. Understood. Those with spears, take this chance to start stabbing at its back. Watch out for its tail. For now, I'll be borrowing this. Understood. I grabbed a spear from one of the youths and ran towards the black dragon. Let's go. Humphrey, the vigilante youths, and I each take our places surrounding the black dragon for an all-around offensive strike. The black dragon's body is harder than I had expected. It looks like it's been covered in scales from head to tail since before it was even born. Not even Humphrey with his sword, 3 times the size of a normal weapon, can do more than barely scratch it after attacking it at length. Damn, this thing's harder than a rock. The black dragon suddenly twists its body, swinging its tail at the youths behind it. Ah! Damn it. The youth collapsed onto the ground. With him immobilized, the black dragon began to turn around. Humphrey attempted to keep slashing at it from behind, but the violently thrashing tail kept him from approaching. It's too late. Just as the thought came up, a solitary female figure appeared in front of the fallen youth.
no hard feelings, but if you keep going like this, your raging's gonna destroy the inn, and that'll cause a lot of trouble for my employer.
Who's that?
You're protecting the village, aren't you? So lend me a hand.
Her fist covered the black dragon's body in a succession of strikes. Confused by the attack, it quickly finds itself at her mercy.
How do you like that? Secret technique, Angry Dragon! And the finishing blow! Come on, are you done already?
Surprised by her attack, the black dragon spreads its wings and soars up into the sky and quickly disappears. Whoa! You did it! You drove off the dragon! The villagers who'd returned without my noticing raised a cheer. And that was really something. That dragon. At any rate, you defeated a dragon in battle bare-handed. As I said those words, I turned to look at the spot where the female fighter was standing, but she was already gone. Having barely succeeded in driving away the black dragon, we carried the clapped sheaves to the innkeeper Butts' inn. Oh, come by again. Seeing how you drove off that dragon, you guys are really something. That fighter girl was amazing too. Who was she? Somebody you know? Nope, don't know her. But if she's injured, I'll see to it that she stops by. Alright, I'll leave that to you. While Butts belted out orders, attending to all the injured, Humphrey and I rested in the dining hall. We watched as the villagers came in and gathered together one by one. It looks like Butts is the de facto leader of this village. As for the villagers, all of them had the same angry words for the dragon and congratulations at it having been chased away.
Is there a swordsman named Sir Humphrey here? Yeah! Dragon, somebody help!
Everyone stared fixatedly on the young boy standing in the entrance. Or to be more precise, the white dragon which the shy kid was hugging to his chest. Why did you come here?
I'm sorry. I was worried, so...
The villagers are looking pretty bloodthirsty. Not surprising. A dragon, their enemy, has appeared in front of their eyes, being carried in the arms of a boy. What the hell? Is that a real dragon?
You don't have to worry about Bright. He won't attack.
How are we supposed to trust that? Hey guys, it looks like it's just a baby. So right now... Yeah, revenge! Revenge? Yeah, that's right. There were rumours of a dragon nest up in the hills behind the village, so some guys went to exterminate them, but nobody came back.
Exterminate them? How could you do such a thing?
Huh? Seriously? Do you know what you're saying?
That's... Somebody... Jonah! Jonah is...
What are you talking about? What's happened to Jonah?
Jonah is... She just disappeared.
What? Hey, tell me everything.
Damn it. I invited her out this afternoon for a walk in the East Mountain. When we were climbing the mountain...
Hey, what do you mean you took her to the East Mountain? That's where the dragon lives. What were you thinking going there?
We heard a roaring sound coming from inside a cave, and then all around us, these glowing balls of light appeared. They all gathered around Jonah, and she disappeared in a flash. Geez, are you just going to stand around thinking about it?
Who's there?
Sheena, your irresponsibility in taking care of that girl is really too much. But grown men having an orderly meeting, thinking instead of doing anything, coming together just for idle complaints. My boss may be an annoyance, but he doesn't take things lying down. Most of all, the mischief maker isn't that white dragon, but rather the black dragon on the mountain, isn't it?
Everyone's gone completely silent. The villagers seem to have lost the capacity to speak. You're from earlier.
So if it's troubling you, then I, Ulan, will take over the dragon extermination, all right? With the boss's permission, this'll be a payment-free contract.
Really? But are you really going alone?
Don't worry about that. Hey, Humphrey. You're definitely going, aren't you?
Yeah.
And then...
Ulan, coming closer, approaches the young man who's sunk down to the floor.
Sheena, I know what you're thinking, but you're coming too.
What? Me too?
It's only natural that you should rescue the lady of the inn. What, aren't you going after all?
Okay. Damn. Thought I was supposed to be your boss. Now it's more like you're using me.
Is that so? Such a shame that you lost your wallet then, isn't it?
Right.
And then, the blonde guy over there. You're really good at issuing orders on the fly. You're going? You going? There.
Me? I guess so. Before I can say anything, Ulan has her arm around my neck.
Hey, you're a pretty handsome guy. Do this backwaters village a favor and go exterminate a dragon. You'll go down in the songbooks or something.
Well...
It'll be fine. You'll get a full share of the reward. Besides, aren't you short on travel money?
How?
What? I just saw a guy complaining about the prices at the trading post is all. Seriously, things like crystal balls aren't going to sell in a place like this.
Ulan finally lets go of my head.
Talk's over. If it's just this many people, I guess I'll manage somehow.
In the end, I somehow became part of the dragon extermination group.
Well, at least it looks like I'll have company for a while longer.
Thanks to the fighter who had introduced herself as Ulan, I somehow wound up going dragon slaying. For the time being, peace had returned to the inn, and the villagers had gone back to their homes. Sorry about earlier, blowing up like that. As an apology, why don't we say dinner's on the house? Build up your strength for tomorrow. Having completely regained his composure, an apologetic-looking Butts brought out a tray filled with dishes. As it had already been decided we were going to go slay the Black Dragon tomorrow, tonight we were going to rest at this inn. And that weird talk about light from earlier, what exactly was that all about? Well, before that guy showed up after the dragon attack, I'd never heard about it. Anything about any of it before either. Fudge, any ideas? No. Though he answered the question, Fudge's face remained downcast. Well, I guess he's not very eager about hunting down that black dragon. I've never heard of a dragon with that kind of special power before. That's more than just a little ominous. Ominous. Ugh. Our opponent's a dragon. No such thing as an easy win with one of those, right? I don't really have any clue either. When Jonah disappeared, I ran back here as fast as I could. And you remember the path you took, right? If you say you can't recall when we leave tomorrow, you'll be sorry. It'll be fine. That's almost like bullying. Thank you for the food. With those words, Fudge suddenly got up from his seat and carried Bright with him out of the dining hall. Same as ever, that kid. Having apparently thought of something, Humphrey wordlessly got up from his seat and made his way upstairs. Fudge was sitting by the open window with Bright on his lap, looking up at the moon. The night air blowing in through the window makes his hair sway. It catches Bright's attention as well, and he lifts his head to sniff at it. That wild dragon, it was probably an innocent baby like Bright once too. Yeah. Having said that, the two lapse into silence for a little while. Fudge is probably thinking about that dragon. As for Humphrey, he's definitely worrying about Fudge. How could I walk in on a scene like that? Just as I was about to turn around and go back inside, Humphrey opened his mouth again. Fudge. No, Fudge. What do you think about the villagers? What do I think? They hate dragons so much. Makes me angry. It's not just that. Their anger, in truth. That is the voice of their sorrow. The dragon is just being a dragon, and they hate it for that. But even so, for me to kill a dragon, I can't do it. Of course, the wild dragon is pitiful. But the villagers, they're also. I know, but what right do we have to judge that dragon? It must have been very hard for it, living alone like that. That's why, for
For us to snatch away its life like that? Who says we have that right? Dragons are all the same. I think that way too. But I don't mean it the same way the villagers do. Even a dragon has a right to live, doesn't it? For the Dragon Knight's dragon's sakes, and for Bright's sake. That's why
Fudge. I know you care about the dragon, but is that really okay? What do you think will happen if we leave this rampaging dragon be?
What will happen? That's...
Don't forget a single word those villagers said. All of them hold hostility against dragons. If you think dragons are such noble creatures, then don't you have to protect them from everyone's misunderstanding? Don't you have to keep protecting its nobility? Fudge, I'm sure you understand. That wild dragon, it's going to keep struggling painfully like this.
As Fudge dropped his head, Humphrey lightly placed a hand on his shoulder. Looks like I won't be needed here. Quietly closed the door, leaving the two like that, and headed back down the stairs. Looking up at the sky from the stairway landing, the moon seemed to kindly wrap the town in its light. Since returning to the inn, silence returned to the inn. I went back to my room as well, laid down in the bed, and looked out the window at the moon. Crystal Valley. Battle is waiting for me there. I can't help thinking about Julie. Is she looking at the same moon? What could she be thinking right now? So, brother made it out of Claria safely. Yes, he should be getting close to Crystal Valley by now. I'm glad that he made it out safely. But it's imperative for us to bring that guy back, to get the truth of what happened that night. That night. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to make you remember it. No, it's all right. So then, Brother will again... Yeah, he's always been like that. He'll do it all by himself. But just this once, he's really serious about this. Brother is serious about this. And this is... Julie, if it's not the truth, then I have no idea why Nash would say such a thing. He said that...
Now that is a story I will tell you myself. We left the village at the break of dawn. Following Sheena's lead, we made our way up the mountain path. Everyone walked in silence, not exchanging a single word of conversation. Even Sheena remained silent as he led his horse ahead. We're about to fight a dragon, so everyone's bound to be nervous. Nash. Sorry for getting you involved in all this. Well, things just happen this way. I'm the kind of guy who's probably fated to always get the short end of the stick, so don't worry about it. Save the princess, defeat the dragon. It's like we're the heroes in a fairy tale. I see. Now then, we should be there soon. Seems close.
Guess we'd better hurry then.
If he flies off to the village, this would have been a pointless trip. Soon enough, in the rocky mountain wall, a large cave mouth came into view. Jonah disappeared around here. Be careful, guys. There's a dragon here and those weird lights too. Right, I got it. We quickly unpack our gear, getting our battle preparations in order, and confirming our tactics. Ulan, Humphrey and I will attack, while Sheena backs us up as the rear guard. Meanwhile, Futch will keep himself further back and give us tactical advice. Right, wait here. I don't want you to see this. Yeah? What happened afterwards, I couldn't have guessed. Bright descended from Futch's arms with a lonely chirp, went over the tree roots growing by the entrance, and crouched there alone. While Futch turns to look back at Bright as he walks, we advance onward into the dragon's cave. We cautiously advance toward the cave. Inside, there's some sort of faintly glowing moss, enough that we no longer have any need for torches. Nonetheless, we all begin to feel a growing sense of unease as we moved on. Hi, Pika. A small cave like this isn't really suitable for fighting in. We'd be able to move around freely outside, but in here we've got a huge handicap. According to Sheena, it should widen a bit once we're further in, so that's probably where the black dragon's lying in wait. No, wait. Let me rephrase that. With every step we take, signs of his presence and the sounds of his growls get more and more obvious. The black dragon is close. We exchange glances, catching our breaths. What? Shit. It knew we were coming. The black dragon suddenly rushed out, opening its jaws wide to breathe fire on us. Run! Everyone dispersed immediately, dodging the fireball. Right away, Humphrey and Oolong, exchanging a glance, moved to surround the dragon. Futch! Look at the dragon. Are you getting any ideas? Looks like it's still young. 2, maybe 3 years old. And? I think around that age, its scales will have hardened, so it's protected from practically all physical attacks. Oh yeah, we figured that out yesterday. Whoa! Suddenly the dragon swung its tail in my direction. I jumped out of the way, missing it by a hair's breadth, the tail just grazing my arm. Having seen me flinch, the dragon came rushing toward me. Crap. This thing gets really motivated when it's hungry. Everyone, let's do this like we planned. This could be a long fight, but unlike yesterday, there's nowhere to run now. This time, we're definitely bringing it down. Watch out for its breath.
Since it's still young, it shouldn't be able to do it again for a while.
Got it. Before its next breath, I want to damage it as much as possible. Taking the dragon's back, Ulan attacks without delay.
Hada!
Ulan's attack hits the black dragon's flank dead on. No matter how much of its body is covered with hard scales, there must still be a weak spot. Ulan has hidden it with precise blows. As the black dragon turns to fend off Ulan's continuous attack, Humphrey raises his greatsword. Humphrey swings his greatsword with enough force to cut through rock, but as expected, the dragon's hard scales prevent it from giving a fatal wound. This is going to be a long battle, isn't it? Just as the thought popped into my head, the dragon violently swung its tail and began to back away.
Let's get its back to the wall.
Didn't you learn anything from yesterday? It's dangerous. Don't try that move again. The dragon waves its head menacingly from side to side, eventually moving to stand with its back to the wall. With us in front of it, it bends its neck and takes a deep breath. You can't be serious. The dragon opened its mouth wide, and in an instant the cave was filled with scorching flames. That was close. If I'd been late to dodge, my entire body would probably have been burned to a crisp.
Hey, wait a minute. This isn't what you said. Wasn't it supposed to not be able to use its breath for a while? It shouldn't be.
It grew up in the wild. Of course it's got bad manners compared to a normal dragon. This isn't the time for your wisecracking. I don't want to hear that from you. We can feel the dragon's glare as it turns its head to look at us. The temperature in the cave has risen considerably thanks to its breath, and yet I feel a chill run down my spine. It might be young, but this dragon standing before us might as well be the strongest being in the world.
Guys, step back. I'm going to use a talisman. I'm counting on this. I managed to coax Miss Jean into giving me the most powerful one she had. You have no idea how far I went yesterday to look for her.
Shouting this, Sheena held up his talisman. Right now, this is all we've got. My hands are tied. We all jump back, waiting for Sheena to activate the talisman.
Here we go! This is our chance.
Hold on, wait! It's not taking any damage.
What?
The black dragon is unaffected by the talisman. Not only swords, but immune to magic too. With a violent blow, the black dragon sends Ulan flying straight into the cave wall.
Ulan!
Sheena rushes over right away, pulling out a healing talisman. But the black dragon doesn't miss this and comes rushing towards them. Stop! Seeing Humphrey suddenly force his way through, the dragon stops its charge. The thing seems pretty bothered. He looks over his opponent, judging him with disdain. But if the black dragon keeps holding its ground, right now's a good opportunity. Close your eyes. Humphrey. Got it. Alright. Here goes nothing. It's doing something. What?
There! That's the same light that took Jonah. She touched the light. She touched it and disappeared.
What? One of those balls of light touched Humphrey, who was standing before the dragon with his sword raised, and just like Sheena said, he disappeared like smoke.
Sir Humphrey! Fudge! Say something! What the hell are those lights?
These lights even...
Such power! I don't...
Sheena! Get away from there! Fast! In the panic following Humphrey's disappearance, the remaining balls of light had all begun to move towards Sheena and Oolong, as if they had a will of their own.
I can't... Oolong still can't move.
Shit. Hold on, I'm coming. However, the lights wrap around them just before I get there, and they vanish without a trace. It must take incredible power to create those balls of light. The black dragon's movement has noticeably slowed. I can tell it's growing tired. Now might be a good time to take that bastard down. If I use Chrysophlaus... No, it would be easy to use Chrysophlaus. But then I'd also...
Sanesh!
What?
To defeat that dragon, please help me.
Fudge.
He's in pain, but I can't help him. So...
Are you sure?
Yes. If I don't do it... If I don't, then Humphrey and everyone...
But we're just the two of us.
It's something only Dragon Knights know, which we are forbidden to teach to outsiders, where the vital areas of a dragon are. This... because there's no other way.
Okay. I'll draw the bastard's attention, and you grab that chance. Alright?
I understand.
Uh-huh. Let's do this. Without a moment's hesitation, I attack the black dragon when it's attempting to make those balls of lights again, breaking its concentration. I won't be able to do that trick many times. In that moment when the black dragon flinches, Fudge and I both move at once. As I divert its attention and Fudge stabs with his spear at its back, the dragon counters furiously. Somehow staving it off, Fudge's determined aim easily hits its mark. Then I shoot a wire at the dragon's right foot, turning it around, then go around its left side, entangling both feet in the wire. Fudge. Now. Finish him. Fudge.
Just a little. If I'd met you just a little sooner. I'm sorry that it has to end like this. Yeah? Bright? What are you doing here?
Bright, who was supposed to be waiting at the cave entrance, had come in without us noticing. But Bright doesn't respond to Fudge's words. He stares fixatedly at the black dragon, letting out a quiet chirp.
Yeah.
As if in response to Bright, the black dragon lets out a weak sound of its own. The two creatures' voices gradually grow louder. Before we know it, the entire cave is echoing. And then...
This
is bad. It's that light again.
Sun Ash! Please wait!
Fudge holds me back from trying to rush at the black dragon. As he does this, the balls of light start to fill the cave, and the situation becomes drastically different from what it was a moment ago. The balls of light aren't coming towards us. Instead, they're converging around the black dragon. The light? What the hell? A mysterious sight floats inside the huge collective ball of light. Blue sky, green earth, oddly shaped mountains. They exude a magical atmosphere unlike anything I've ever seen before. There's a forest spreading out in the distance. The sky and the earth can be seen all the way out to the horizon. And in that place, there are the happy shapes of playful dragons.
Could it be the world of wings and scales?
Is that what it's supposed to be?
Yeah.
The black dragon's form started to disappear into that place. Suddenly, the lights burst and the figure vanished. In its place, Humphrey, Ulan, Sheena, and the other missing people reappeared. Returning to the village of Marid, we stay a little while to heal our wounds from the battle. The missing people, Jonah included, have all come back for the most part. With the villagers cheering in joy, giving me the hero treatment, I'm starting to get a little embarrassed. As for Ulan and everyone, they left the village as soon as they could. I never got a chance to see them off, but for some reason, someone else has decided to keep me company. Having prepared my travel outfit, I find Fudge, Humphrey, and Bright standing at the village entrance to see me off.
Really, I can't thank you enough. The way things were going, I'm not sure if we'd ever have been able to leave.
As soon as we returned to the village, Sheena had turned the conversation to Fudge and Bright's involvement in the dispatching of the rampaging dragon.
Thanks to that, Fudge and Bright were not only allowed into the village, but also gained a lot of popularity.
Well, it's nice to take things slowly every once in a while.
Still, there's one thing that bothers me.
What is it?
About how the wild dragon...
The world we saw there? If it's the dragon's homeworld, as you said, then it probably returned there with Bright's power. It should be enjoying things with its kin right about now.
It's just... that wild dragon, if it wanted to go back to its homeworld, it could have summoned those lights, right? So, maybe the dragon was here because it wasn't happy back in its homeworld. But Bright and the dragon's at the Dragon's Knight's cave.
I don't know why dragons manifest in this world, or why they keep on living here. But if you weren't here, Bright would not be alive. I can't say it would be good for you to betray that trust. He needs you. Am I wrong?
Fudge and I share a look. In Fudge's arms, Bright happily flaps his wings, nose twitching at the fresh breeze.
Do-do-do-do-do. I've quickly got the chance. Last episode, the final truth. Something's wrong. On my way to Crystal Valley via a back road, I get a bad feeling. Thanks to Zaj's ploy, I'm supposed to be a wanted criminal. This feeling has been growing stronger since I left married. But 2 days later, when I finally enter Crystal Valley territory, I haven't seen a single human being, much less a Harmonian soldier, nor has the guild appeared. Zaj's parting word to Greenhill goes through my mind. I very much look forward to the day that you return to Crystal Valley. Is this where his next game starts? That's... Lena.
Nash!
You seem to be in an awful hurry. Did something happen?
I've been trying to avoid my surveillance.
Is that right?
We don't have time for this. Let's go to that forest over there and we'll talk.
Surveillance, huh? I don't know whose order that was, but I can guess. Lena and I went down a path by the main road, and after making sure there was no one around, sat down. So, what's going on in Crystal Valley?
A man who should be dead came back.
Zaj?
Yeah. There's been quite the uproar in Crystal Valley over that. He has inherited some crushed noble's family's estate, and he now calls himself Thanatos Crawford. Along with his new name, the Crawford family name has risen to new heights. It's becoming well known in some social circles as well.
The Crawfords are a poor family, the lowest noble house of the Temple faction. Why would he?
He's announced his engagement to the daughter of the once distinguished Lakshmi family. That fell into disarray following the tragic death of the family head and the scandal that followed.
No way. What about Julie?
Julie doesn't understand his true motives. That girl believes in Zaj's words. She's currently at his hideout. I don't dare to do anything there. For better or worse, that girl never really grew up.
So it seems.
Nash, what happened that night? Why is Zaj doing this? No, who is he? Even now you're still... The Crawford house is becoming a major player in the Temple faction. And now he's marrying the daughter of the patriarch of the Lecce house, who used to be a distinguished member of the People's faction. What is he trying to do?
I know what Lena wants to say. The one and only leader of Holy Harmonia is the High Priest Hiksuka. Hikusak. Names. Hikusak. However, Hikusak hasn't been seen for decades now, and rumour has it that he's dead. Currently, the nobles are effectively in charge. And within the nobility, there are presently two factions. The People's faction, who want to balance the power between the people and the Temple, and the Temple faction that supports the absolute rule of High Priest Hikusak. But it doesn't really work like that. Those are just the empty slogans of the political power struggle. They're all simply out to increase their own faction's power. But that doesn't necessarily mean that Zaj is trying to unify the two factions. Well, I'd say he's trying to take over the Lecce family by his own hands. You may not believe this, Lena, but that was his goal from the very start. Just to get the power of the Lecce family. I slowly began to tell Lena about that night. The things I never told anyone. The truth I had tried to hide in darkness. It was the day before the wedding between Julie and Zaj. I stood at the threshold of the Lecce house for the first time in a long while. Honestly, I should have had my arms full with celebratory gifts for the happy couple. If it wasn't for that one thing. Brother-in-law, what are you doing here? Julie is busy worrying about tomorrow and won't see anyone. Zaj Quillos, the adoptive son of House Quillos. That's who you said you were, Zaj. Brother-in-law, what are you talking about? It's late. Well then, Zaj of the Black Moon, Squire Class Gunner of the Howling Voice Guild, why don't you show me who you really are? Where did you... When my father died, I gave a tissue sample to my mentor, Saro. It took quite some time to get the results. He'd been poisoned by a special poison that's only known to the guild, a well-kept secret no ordinary doctor could have detected. It. On my father's orders, I was sent for training with the guild, and even I didn't know about it, Zaj. You could say I found out by accident. Well, I suppose this may have been unavoidable. Zaj, you. It's too bad. Everything was going so smoothly. Just a little more and I would have taken over the Lecce house, the core of the People's faction. I saw Zaj slip a small gun into his palm. And then Julie opened the door on the other side and came into the room.
That's... But Nash, why didn't you tell us about it? Why did you just run away like a murderer? Why?
What would talking about it do? I killed Julie's beloved fiancé. That fact wouldn't have changed.
But
If the man you loved was only using you and didn't even think twice about doing it, how could I tell Julie that? What the hell would that accomplish?
But if it's the truth,
The truth is hard and cold. It's better to tell a soft lie. I wasn't a strong man back then.
Nash. Mal, I have to get back to where Julie is. Nash, when you get to Crystal Valley, just go in through the front.
But I...
Don't worry about being a wanted man. I've asked for a favor and it's been put on hold for now. The Temple faction won't be able to come after you openly.
Who in the world did you ask? To be able to do that?
Yeah, I was surprised too. This is the first time I've revealed my connection to the Lakji house. The Lakji name has always been something to be jealous of. Well then, see you in Crystal Valley.
She got back on her horse and rode lightly down to the main road. I waved goodbye at her back, but in my mind I go over the things she just told me. Zaj has inherited a noble house and gotten engaged to Julie again. That means my confrontation with Zaj is imminent. Zaj will not allow me to live knowing the truth of that day. Not even if I never tell anyone. After the figure of Lena disappeared, I rushed back to the main road, heading straight for Crystal Valley. The day after I met Lena, I stood at the edge of the plains overlooking Crystal Valley. In the distance rose the capital of the Holy Kingdom of Harmonia, founded by its ruler, the immortal hero Hikusak. On the other side of these huge walls, it boasts an unparalleled splendor with many different people living there. However, even in this prestigious, shining capital, there is darkness. While the priests and nobles govern the politics, the military provides security. While it's supposed to be a balance of power, in the shadows there's a power struggle that's been going on forever. And in this city, people are waiting for me.
Hey, big brother.
A girl was standing behind me. When did she get this close? Putting myself on guard, I smiled at the girl.
You look surprised. Is there something to be afraid of? Kind of weird for an adult. Well, whatever. You're Mr. Nash Lakji, right? I'm Stella. I'm here because I was asked to deliver something to you. Here you go.
Let's see. As I tried to take the envelope she held out, a claw grazed me. A concealed weapon had come out of the girl's sleeve.
That was a close one. As expected of Mr. Nash.
child. Don't toy with me. Didn't you come here to give me that letter?
If you want to see the letter, you'll have to take it by force.
Who's it from?
It's fine if you don't know. Surely it's more fun that way.
I can guess who the sender is. But does this knee-high little girl seriously expect me to fight her? Cheeky.
If you're not coming, should I just start?
The girl shortens the distance between us. I immediately draw my dagger defensively.
Take this.
I feign a slash at her core to attack her blind spot. Now, I aim a punch straight at her stomach. What?
Too bad. I don't have a claw on just one hand. That's a no-no. I guess this letter will have to be postponed.
Shit. Damn this girl. Does she actually enjoy killing people? Be a good girl and give me the letter.
No, no. We can't waste a fun game like this so easily.
I don't have time to play around with kids. Don't worry. I'm not going to kill you.
Really? To hear you say that. How nice of you, Mr. Nash. But you don't have to hold back just because I'm a lady.
After saying that, she ran into the plains. I followed her cautiously, concentrating my senses. Damn it, she's not bad, but this is frustrating. If she's a guild apprentice, I see the path to becoming a gunner opening in her future.
Hey, where are you looking?
A knife was stuck in the ground. She had run away intentionally to stall for time. Are you trying to announce where you'll aim your next attack? You really need a good spanking, don't you? What? A knife came flying from the direction of the bushes where the girl was hiding before I had a chance to move.
Getting serious so soon? I will too then.
I don't need to be serious to handle little kids.
You shouldn't be so unreasonable.
This isn't cute. Children like you should act cuter.
You're horrible for calling me a child. But now that you've said it, I hope you had a good excuse for losing to a kid.
Don't need it. It's just about time for your bedtime.
Huh?
As I said it, I rolled a bomb filled with Karani powder to her feet. When inhaled, it causes extreme drowsiness. Looks like she hasn't been taught about that yet.
What? I think my body is getting heavy.
It's over. The girl is lying in the grass, breathing comfortably. I took the sealed letter from my pocket and opened it. There's just one sentence. Wait at the Wait at the Clotillo Church tonight, huh? The Clotillo Church lies in the outskirts of Crystal Valley. It's currently in ruin. It's most likely a trap. But This may be the chance I've been waiting for. Zaj's game has been to hide, but now he's coming into the spotlight. Looking at the sky, the sun was already hanging low. I started running towards the setting sun and towards Crystal Valley.
Lena. Lord Sasari, what brings you here? It seems you're poor at keeping secrets. It shows on your face. No, that's not... It's fine. I've cleared out everyone else. The temple is also concerned that the guild is growing too powerful. We can't have those gunners doing whatever they like. Yes, sir. Thank you for your help with this. You expected it. A strange scandal like this could ruin us, no? That's just... There are many regrets about the Lecce family. Some may even feel it's atonement. Yes, sir. Thank you very much. Still, the timing is good. But I won't be able to do much here, much more. That man Zaj has a lot more power within the guild than I expected. But that means Nash will... It can't be helped. There's a limit to how far my hand can stretch. If the temple and the guild come into open conflict, the bloodshed... Then, is that an order not to help him? No. Consider it a warning from a gossipy superior. Thank you very much. Still, can't be helped. Well, perhaps I can do a little more. But the favor will have a high cost, all right? Yes, I'm prepared for it. Nash, he will have to repay this favor as well. Running swiftly under a sky of vast dark billowing clouds, I arrived at Crystal Valley. Crystal Valley, the city I was born in. Lots of memories are sleeping in this city, but I have no time to feel nostalgic about it, and keep running along the walls that surround the city, headed for the church in the Western District. Unlike the vibrant central part of the city, the Western District is a slum area. The Clatio Church lies in an abandoned area in the outskirts of it. It doesn't look like the third-class citizens who live in the slums have much piety. The uncared-for and decayed Clatio Church stood exposed under the dark clouds of the sky. The front yard is filled with rubble, and the stones in the stairs leading to the chapel are cracked. The way this church looks seems to imply man's declining power. This is where Zaj is waiting. The final battle. Whoever loses will share the fate of this crumbling old church. This is the end of our feud. A fitting place to bury the past in. I'm overjoyed to see that you decided to accept my invitation. However, the venue for the party is actually up here. I have to go up there? That's not very hospitable to your guests. Not at all. I've left plenty of treats for you along the way. Please, enjoy them. Huh. Just don't fall off before I get there. couldn't ask for a redder place. I don't intend to draw. No, I don't intend to withdraw. I run up the dilapidated stairs and jump into the chapel. As I come in, I get a surprise welcome and jump into the shadow of a bench in the chapel, but the bullets shoot through the bench easily. I move quickly with the bullets chasing me. Shit. They're not just coming from the back of the chapel, but from the balcony above as well. I continue to avoid the simultaneous attack from two angles, but it's difficult and I'm getting tired. These guys are probably low-class gunners. Although Hilda might have played like this with me, there would be no contest between us. It's not just the guns themselves that are fearful, but wielders like Clive or even Satch. Even compared to a Squire-class gunner, these guys don't have anywhere near the same accuracy. I can see 5 people. I need to get a handle on the situation though. Though their attacks seem to rely on numbers alone, if this keeps up it could be quite bad. These guys sure are bothersome. Damn it. Always interruptions. Damn it. I'm going to be late for the party if I linger any longer in this place. It's too big of a risk to try and barge through. And getting into the close combat would be like taking out 1 or 2 bees with the rest of the hive still attacking. Something. There must be something. A long distance dart attack would be inefficient, and I'd rather save those for the guy waiting ahead. But aside from that, I only have the anchor. Wait a minute. Of course. As soon as I come up with a good idea, they start spreading out. Are they trying to surround me? There's no time to think about this. Whoa! Alright. The wire was entangled in the statue behind the gunners, and I pulled at it with my whole body. What? Despite the smokescreen, one of the men saw my intentions, but it was too late. The stone statue had already started to fall. Ah! However, that only took care of the guys by the statue. There were still some by the front of the chapel. Well, I have another trick up my sleeve. With the chapel filled with a cloud of dust, I made an educated guess about the location of the stairs. Kicking up a cloud of dust, I made a run for it, making sure to be very loud about it. He's headed for the stairs! Don't let him get away! Everyone aim for the stairs and fire at the same time! Wait! Don't do it now! At the same moment he yelled that I made a jump for the entrance to the stairs. That's why you don't send amateurs. Did I make it? I looked back at the chapel and the destruction caused by the explosion that spread from the altar. All the benches had been blown away, and not a trace of them remained. This was also something I had learned in the guild. You could say I had a certain knowledge about gunpowder and setting fire to things.
I had wanted the dust to kick up from the beginning. It would have worked with flour, sugar, whatever. But the point was to spread it throughout the air and set fire to it, creating a chain combustion, making the room explode. I looked up the stairs towards the roof. He is waiting for me there. It's time for the final act. By the time I reached the bell tower, the light drizzling had turned into a rainstorm. Lightning ran across the dark sky, illuminating the person standing on the roof. I stared into the man's eyes as I mumbled to myself, "Zaj. At last." "I've been waiting, Nash. We haven't seen each other since Green Hill, have we?" "Guess you could say that. They have certainly made a habit of trying to eliminate me. Sorry to disappoint you, but I'm fit as a fiddle still." "That's so. While I am sorry to hear it, you deserve some praise for that now. You've done well to come so far unharmed. It's nothing unusual for me. I'm not going to die just so you can bury your plot in darkness." As I moved towards Zaj, I slowly reached for grosser flouse on my back. Zaj can't win against these swords. Again, with this sword. Zaj laughed quietly as he watched me. Not your style to be buried in darkness, Nash. You're still just talking. I started running towards Zaj in the rain. Zaj remains motionless, a creepy smile plastered on his face. I'm concerned about Zaj's composure, but I'm going to settle this. Zaj fired a bullet that grazed my left shoulder. I can't get careless already. Any pause in my approach only increases his accuracy. Way too optimistic. At the same time as Zaj let out a second shot, I kicked off the roof and took a great leap at him, but Zaj instantly closed the distance between us. I used my whole body to swing Schwarz and a right hand straight at Zaj. My right hand there. Ah! Zaj gets his sword up instantly, taking the full force of my blow. Without pause, I jump over Zaj and land behind him. Zaj. Your name, your hair, your eyes. I'll let you throw away all that's fake about you. You're going to pay for the sins you committed, the sins against my sister, my father, and my mother. We'll settle this for good. Zaj. Nash, do you really think you can win against me again? Have you forgotten what I told you before? I'm going to bury you in darkness, Nash. All I have to do is seal that sword of yours. I see. It's still only your mouth that has any skill. Once again I come at Zaj with my sword. Zaj doesn't ready his own sword, but just stares at me. Just as I'm about to strike him, he speaks. Do you intend to kill Julie along with me? What? Those words, my hands stop. My hands stopped there. Damn it. Julie is, well, you could say she is in my hands. Julie. What have you done to Julie? It's not something as cliched as a kidnapping. It was quite uncomplicated. I just let her know that I was still alive. Julie was overjoyed, because her beloved dead fiancé appeared again. You bastard. You. It can't be. Satch? It's been a long time, Julie. You seem to be doing well. Satch? Is it really you, Satch? Where have you been till now? It's a long story. Even after that incident, I was still a target. If I hadn't met up with you, it would have put you in danger. It couldn't be helped. You know me, Julie. Satch. The reason you... I made contact with Julie and moved her to my mansion, because it seems Lena has been wandering around a lot of places. Now, considering this, what do you think the effects of my death would be? Zaj, you're a coward. To a member of the Howling Voice Guild, that's not much of an insult, as you should know. Well, I guess it's my turn now. Zaj let out an audacious laugh and pointed his sword at my face. Before now I hadn't noticed, but the hilt of Zaj's sword was different from a normal sword. That's... Nash. No, brother-in-law. This is it. Even if I fall here, you can't win anymore. The last remaining option to you is death. The sword's hilt. No, it's different. That's not just a sword. It's a gun with a giant blade attached to it. A bullet had shot out from the hilt. Oh, you managed to avoid it. As expected of you, Nash. Or so I should say. But I guess there's no need to play around anymore. I twisted my body and managed to avoid the bullet, but by that time his sword was already in motion. I jumped and parried it with Weiss, only to be caught by the muzzle of the gun instead. Somehow I managed to repel the bullet with Schwarz. So strong. Zaj's skill is incredible. This is... Nash, the movement of your sword is getting slower. But you still want to know about Julie, right? Of course I do. If you care about her, why not just fall prey to these lead bullets? After all, you're nothing but a criminal who killed his sister's beloved fiancé. Damn you. Zaj held all the cards now. I can't use my sword other than to stop his attacks. Shit. What am I going to do? This was careless. I should have known Zaj wouldn't have come to fight me without some insurance. Yeah. It's not like he came here to be killed. With Zaj's newfound momentum, there was little else I could do but retreat to the edge of the roof. Damn it, I'm at the end of my rope. I repelled his gun and swung at him with Weiss, but Zaj dodged it effortlessly. Goodbye, brother-in-law. I knew the gun was a feint, but there was no way to avoid it as the muzzle is pointed at my stomach. I waited for the exact right moment and repelled the bullet with shawls. Then, with him taking careful aim, came another blow of his sword. I twisted my body to dodge the attack. The tip of his sword brushed against my chest. I suddenly came to a stop. If this is a feint, I see Zadge's trigger finger move. Despite the poor footing on the roof, I managed to miraculously avoid the bullet by jumping to the side. But... I lost my balance and started sliding down the roof. Shit, if I fall from here... Reaching out with my right hand, I somehow managed to grab hold of the ledge. As I hang from the roof, defenseless, Zadge slowly approaches. Looks like I'm not out of the woods yet. Oh, that was pretty cool, brother-in-law. Please stop calling me that. It's disgusting. Are those really going to be your last words?
Lena, how did you get here? I had help from a certain someone. But enough about how I got here. Right now the important thing is to escape from here. A certain someone? We don't have time to talk. We need to hurry. But Julie? You're still thinking about Zadge. Listen, Julie. This may be hard to hear, but when Zadge came to your house as a tutor, he was already planning to marry you. That's... I already know that. Julie? Why on earth didn't you say something? No, I don't mean to say I knew from the beginning. Back then I just wanted some happiness after all the sad things that had happened. I guess I was too innocent, huh? But after that incident, I tried to investigate it myself. I had to know the truth. He was my big brother. I couldn't believe he would do such a thing. At first I hated my brother because he did such a thing to Zadge. I didn't know. So you realize Zadge's ambitions. Then, if you already knew, why did you go with him when he appeared again? Why? Because I thought, for me, Zadge, not everything about him seemed to be false. I don't know. I didn't expect it all, but I also didn't understand everything about him. Still, I may just have been naive. But at times, I could see sadness in him. Just occasionally, I could see that person. The exterior he showed freely wasn't gentle, but at those times, there was a gentleness to him. I couldn't forget that. Julie. Still, I wonder, was I just being naive? Even now, I wonder if my eyes are still blind. But I still... Then, Judy, you're... But even though I'm here, brother is... Why? Lena, why? Julie. In the end, I still lose the people I love.
Damn it. Sag! Holding my wounded left soldier, dragon-wise behind me in my left hand, I escaped to the back of the church. Earlier, when I was cornered on the edge of the roof, the bullet he fired had left a deep wound in my shoulder. You could say it was lucky that he hadn't hit my right arm, but I'd need both hands to use the dual snake sword efficiently. Effectively, whatever. I'm still here for the moment. But I don't think you'll just let me escape with my arm like this. Nash, Nash, Nash. Nash, Nash, Nash. Dominguez? It was Dominguez. And in his talons he was carrying the cameo that Julie always wears. The fact that Dominguez is bringing it means that Lena has been successful in rescuing Julie. I hold the cameo sent by my dependable companion tightly. My, what are you doing in a place like this? Trying to run away. I'm not going anywhere. Now that I've seen this. I hold out Julie's cameo in front of Sag. That's Julie's... How? Thanks to my dependable companion. Here I come, Sag. Now we're on even terms. Fine then. I was just thinking that there's no flavour to shooting someone who can't resist. Don't try to bluff, Sag. The real match starts now. I gathered my strength and stood up. Thunder rolled in the sky above the decayed cemetery as Sag and I stood facing each other, about 20 paces apart. Sag looked at my raised hand holding Schwartz. Realizing that my left arm was unusual, he smiled happily. Do you really think you can win against me in that state? I guess we'll have to see. Not getting any wiser at the end, are you? If I were in your position, I'd easily obtain a much higher status. I guess so. But that's not my life. Is that so? I guess a fool's life suits you. Sag fired a shot with his gun. I flick my right wrist holding Schwartz, but pain runs from my left shoulder and brings me to one knee. It's just as he said. Sag approaches me slowly. Does he think I don't have the strength to resist anymore? Step by step, slowly coming forward with a cruel smile on his face. Sag. What's with that smile? Are you unable to hide your true nature standing in front of me on the verge of death? I wonder. The moment you're buried, my ambition will be realized. Indeed, there is no more need to hide it. That golden hair of yours. Every time I see that proof of Harmonian first-class citizenship, my body rages with jealousy. What? Did you know there was a country called Sandia on the outskirts to the west of Harmonia? That's the name of the country that was conquered by Harmonia 30 years ago. I was born in that country. By custom, only pure Harmonians can be first-class citizens. But those from countries who swear allegiance to Harmonia become second-class citizens. Then there's those who resist Harmonia's conquest. The people from those countries become third-class citizens when they're defeated. a child born in a country conquered by Harmonia, is sent to a first-class family in Crystal Valley, in accordance with their assimilation policy. You should know about this. The Lakji house should also have had a slave like that. Right. Third-class citizens from the savage tribes of the grasslands and similar, treated no better than animals. Not even seen as human. It was a daily humiliation. From the moment the sorrow of defeat is born, you taste it fully. I resent myself for not being Harmonian. Eventually, when I was 13, I returned to Sandia. Everyone I met there, my friends, everybody had become Harmonian sympathizers. Even though they looked like Sandians, they had given their hearts away and become Harmonian slaves. They'd go on to teach other Sandians in an ugly, ruthless way. It's perfect. They'd wag their tails for Harmonia, and they don't even realize it. Because that's what they desired. But I was different. And those guys were different. I went back to Harmonia to knock on the doors to the Howling Voice Guild. Even though I was too old, I was given a test to be given the chance to be accepted as a child of the guild. It was a grueling test of athletic ability, intelligence, fitness, everything, and I survived. The guild is the only place in Harmonia where your origin doesn't matter, where even a third-class citizen can rise. And then I reached the final ordeal. A test of loyalty to the guild. The test is to kill your parents, the people who gave you your warm childhood memories. Do you think that's where my resentment comes from? Not at all. Nothing could be further from my mind. An ordeal like that was nothing. Could you do it? It was simple. It took just one throw of the knives in the middle of their foreheads. And with that, I was allowed to try and become a gunner. For the first time, I was at the point of zero. Finally, I was standing at the starting point. Nash, you were born with... No. When you were born, you were given everything. But I am aiming for a lot more than that. The Lakji house, even you and Julie, are nothing but stepping stones. The successful destruction of the Lakji house and the People's Faction will grant me a position as elder. And eventually I will hold the real power of the guild, have control of that fearsome shadow that is the backbone of Harmonia. In that Harmonia, I will take away everything from Harmonians like you. I will humiliate them all. I will consume everything. That's my revenge. No, it's my ambition. Do you understand, Nash? My ambition will consume you and Julie. I had listened to Zaj's confession in silence, my anger seething, not even caring about the coal rain that was pouring down. You did this to my family, just for that? Just for that? I guess you would say that. What I desire you had bestowed to you from birth. You had power from the moment you were born, without any struggle, effort, or need for it. You were born into privilege. You couldn't understand my suffering. In short, you and I are from different worlds. Zaj. We've talked too much. I have you to thank for this wound from that night. Nash, this is the last time. Right. No turning back. Once again with this hand. Very well. So try to steal it from me. This power that I won through the shedding of much blood. Zaj holds the gun in his right hand and the sword in his left. I only have Schwartz poised in my right hand in preparation for the attack. Cold rain fell on us. Wind as strong as during a storm ruffled our hair. I breathe slowly and focus entirely on Zaj. Zaj seems to be doing the same. This game will be decided by just one moment. There's no time for regrets, because this is a Howling Voice Guild duel. As lightning struck the spire of the church, Zaj made his move. Die, Nash. Zaj's two guns fire almost simultaneously. At the same moment, I jumped back and swung Schwartz to knock the bullets down. This exchange of attack and defense continued for a while. You just don't know when to give up. Neither do you. Well then, how about this? A heavier than expected blow at Schwartz from his sword made me lose my balance. A bullet was fired from the handle of the sword, but I repelled it in the nick of time. A smile spread on Zaj's lips. Got you. The tip of his sword was pointed at me, and Zaj fired. Shit, it was a trick. The blade came as quick as a lightning bolt, trying to knock mine off as soon as I realized. I threw Schwartz without hesitation. As a result, I was now as good as unarmed with Zaj getting closer. Now, this is the end. You shouldn't use such cheesy one-liners. Even when you say it's the end, it never is. At the same time as Zaj was about to pull the trigger, the ultrafine wire stretching from my right hand was brought back. What? Schwartz has been discarded, but behind Zaj it started to move as if by magic. Manipulated by the wire, Schwartz was coming at Zaj's back. Unprepared as he was, Zaj lost his balance attempting to stop Schwartz. This is my chance, probably the last one. Zaj! Zaj stared in astonishment at the sword that pierced his chest. We'd both tried to trick the other, but I was one step ahead. I had dodged the bullet, but the final blow hadn't come from Schwartz that I threw from my right hand, but from Weiss in my left hand. The blood flow had been restored to my injured left shoulder, but I had been hiding it just for this moment, for this final blow. Zaj hadn't let down his guard until the very last minute. When a magician shows you his right hand, you shouldn't ignore his left, Zaj. You lose. I pulled out the sword that had pierced Zaj. Zaj's body slowly lost its strength and fell toward me. I win. It seems that way. Ash, it's my loss. In the end, I couldn't win. Zaj, why did you show up now? You could have had the power you wanted. Why would you risk all this? Did you hate me that much? Did you want to see me suffer? Zaj, that night 3 years ago, if I hadn't cut you, would you and Julie? It's a foolish question. For my ambition, to love a woman is nothing but a waste. After all love is false. The next morning, when I reached the cemetery, the rain had completely stopped. As the sun rose illuminating the gloomy graveyard, the sounds of birds filled the decayed garden of the church as they merrily pecked at nuts. Just like before my life or death duel with Zaj, it all felt unreal. The abominable past and present. As yesterday's rain was soaked up by the ground, I thought about all the things that had happened with Zaj. As I watched the rising sun, it suddenly struck me, the past hasn't changed. Has anything really changed with this fight? Even with Zaj gone, the Lecce family won't be restored. My parents, Julie's heart. I look away from the sunrise and down to the cemetery as I recall Zaj's words last night. Power. In order to survive, power is certainly a necessity. But if all that remains is your own body, is there really any point? Even after much thought, I still don't know. Zaj and I may have been from different worlds, but we're still human. A familiar voice from the entrance of the cemetery drew me out of my pensive state.
Nash.
You, huh? I've been causing trouble.
Then Zaj's...
Both him and his ambitions have been put to rest.
Julie has been moved to a safe place. Are you going to see her now?
Yeah. Say, this cameo.
Yeah, Julie entrusted it to me. It seems Dominguez did its job well.
Yeah, he always does his job flawlessly.
I see, that's good.
I gave this cameo to Julie when she was a child. It has a secret. There's room for a portrait inside. She always used to keep a portrait of the person that was most important to her inside it. Me.
That's...
But now it's empty. There's no portrait of anyone. Lena, that man, he will ask for something in the future. But between now and then, it seems I have some growing up to do. I'm still acting like a child.
Nash, what are you saying?
My hands are not only steeped in the things I learned at the guild, but in the blood of many people. Twice in the blood of the man Julie loved. I ran away from Crystal Valley once because I couldn't endure that.
But Nash, you've come back. Am I wrong?
Crystal Valley is no longer my home. The Lecce family is gone.
But Julie is waiting for you. Nash, don't hesitate.
Right now, I'm not eligible to meet her. How could a killer offer any comfort to anyone?
Selfish. You're just being selfish. About Julie's feelings, you're...
Behind Lena, I saw a figure taking out a gun. Lena, don't move.
What? Saj must still have henchmen. Wait. You raise your hand to throw a knife, Nash. Nash? 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 Where did you go? I won't let you do this, Nash.
Take care of Julie. With those words, I entrusted her to Lena and left that place behind.
Nash! Nash! Nash!
say, are you sure you just want to ride to the next village? I can take you all the way to your destination if you want. It's perfectly alright. We'll unload in the next village, so the horse won't be tired. The next village is fine. I'm not in any rush. Alright then. By the way, where are you from? I'm from the east. Are you running from some woman? That's the feeling you give off. Very perceptive of you. Yeah, something like that. I'll give you some good advice, friend. You listening? When a woman is angry with you, don't argue with her. Just close your eyes, plug your ears, and wait for the storm to pass. Then you cool the remaining heat by coming home with flowers and treats. That's the trick. I see. I'll try that next time. Yeah, it'll be fine. Is it okay if I take a little nap? Sure, I'll let you know when we arrive. Thanks. I'm just a little tired for a number of reasons. In that case, get some rest. There's still a long way to go before the next village. You have plenty of time. Yeah. Really? Kinda hoping he'd reunite with Zero again. But whatever. That's also much shorter than I thought it would be. Just like one. My mum was shorter. This is even shorter than Volume 1. I don't know. Whatever. Anyway. That completes the Suiko Gaiden games. So now I've decided what to do next. Which is the thing for tomorrow. So that'll be all for now. Bye.